Hello and welcome to the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast on the Box Office Buzz 302 YouTube channel. I am Gilly Rosari. I am with my main man, Larry Loper. And boy, let's just get into it. It is WrestleMania week, but before we do that, let's talk about the Masters. In particular, Mr. Rory does it again. Again. He does it again, Larry.
Man, man,
McElroy, what a difference a year makes. A year ago, going into this tournament, it was, he's won a few majors, but he can't win the Masters. The
yeah,
Masters, he's got all these nightmares with the Masters. Not
yeah.
only does he win it, he wins it again. Again. Larry, what was your feeling watching the final round and seeing Rory go from three strokes back early to being up 2 strokes going into the 18th?
Gil, I text you prior around his eight. It had to be around his seventh or eighth hole, and I believe at the time, Justin was it Justin? Justin, who's the guy you was going for?
Justin Rose.
Justin Rose. Yeah, sorry, y'all. Gil's a golf expert, but
No expert, but
he got me actually paying attention to the Masters this year. So it was very interesting because I actually was following this year. First time I actually followed it through. And when I text you, I said, "You think Rory could pull it out?" Mind you, at the time I text you, I think he was about 3 or 4 strokes back.
he was 3 strokes back, and
Yeah,
Justin Rose was looking
he was
good.
looking good because you got to think Rory set the pace early. The first 2 rounds was between him and Scheffler, I believe. Who
No,
was
it
it?
was
Oh,
uh, it was
him and
Young. It was Young.
Young. Okay, because I know Scheffler came on the last round.
He came on strong
He
on the
came on strong the
back
last round.
nine.
Yup, he did.
Back
Um,
nine. He was coming.
because Rory had 2 good first rounds. It was the third. It was the third day that got away from him. The
Right.
sixth hole
Saturday.
was disastrous. He double bogeyed the sixth, and the 11th he hit the water. He hit into the water. So it was like that kind of like you know that kind of messed him up for his lead wise. And then I figured that if he could just kind of be in that space of the lead in the last day, I thought he could make a run, and it would come down to the championship holes. It would come down to the grit. It would come down to just you got to be in that zone, man. You got to be in that
Mhm.
zone, okay? And I felt like he was in that right range at that time. That's why I texted you. I said, "Who you think gonna win?" You said, "Well, I hope Justin Rose wins because he finished second last year." And I was like, "I don't know, but I said, you don't think Rory can win? No." And that not my text to you? Do you not
Yes.
think Rory can win? And I don't know why I asked you about Rory. I just felt like he was going to come on strong. I just felt it. I was like, man, I don't know. I think Rory might win this thing, man. Because he's only a couple strokes back. And at the time, like I said, he was on the seventh hole. So I was like, if he don't double bogey, man, he can make a strong push. And what happened? Man, this was a great Masters for foremost, man. He only won by a stroke, okay? He only
That's
won by a
right.
stroke.
Because he bogeyed on 18.
Crazy.
You
Crazy.
see that tee shot? It
Yeah.
went right. Yeah, man. Yeah,
So,
man.
so for y'all that never got into golf and the Masters, because I was one of them guys, and thank you for what's good with Gil and Larry, because Gil been telling me about the Masters and certain sports. I'm not gonna lie, I just never was into golf because I was like, I told you before, all you see is just shots of people that's not even in the leaderboard making shots. So I said, that's don't make no sense to me. Why are we watching this guy? Who cares about this guy hitting the eagle but then once you kind of get into it and you understand it, it's like, nah, man, a great shot's a great shot, no matter who it comes from. But when it comes down to that last day, because you're just seeing who's going to keep pace, who's going to be keeping pace in the leaderboard, who's going to fall off, who's going to have some terrible holes. So you just want to see who can step it up and who's going to just falter and who the course is going to take advantage of and who can take advantage of the course. So I was totally involved, man. Every day I was just on the leaderboard. And the last day I said, man, this is a great Masters, man, because it can come down to anybody. Like the pressure is so tight. The pressure is so tight when it comes down when you're only a stroke or two away from the lead. Okay, it wasn't like when Tiger ran away with it. It was a runaway. Okay, when Tiger won it that year, it was like he just broke a record. He was not
Mm-hmm.
catching that guy. He was so
Mm-hmm.
comfortable head. He had his feet up, lawn chair out. He had a great time. But this one, oh man, anybody could have won a Gill.
I
Anybody
know
won a
the
Gill.
drama, the
Oh,
drama. You know,
oh,
when Tiger was dominating, that's what he was doing. He was
yeah,
off,
yeah.
and it was him, and he would had a lot of strokes that he was ahead of everybody. So he had to watch everybody else to see who was going to come in second. I mean, Tiger Woods, late 90s
Yeah,
to 2008 or whatever. I mean, he was unreal. He had
he
a
was.
decade of dominance
He
like
was.
no other. Now ultimately when he fell off, he really fell off. A lot of that was injuries and personal stuff, but he had a decade of giving us wow moments. He really, a decade, like 11 years of wow moments.
Now I
So
got a question for you. Since you do follow the sport, right?
I mean, a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
You follow more than I did, right?
Okay.
And I was thinking because I was like, all right, Arnold Palmer, right?
Hmm.
Was that his era when he was like, was he top dog when it was when he was like the face of golf? Was he the
He
top guy?
was
Was it
for
his
a
era?
little while, yeah, in the
All right,
50s.
so it was his era. Okay, so after his era, who came after him? Was it
Jack.
Jack Nicholson, right?
Yep.
All right, so Jack Nicholson
No,
came in.
Jack. No, no, no. Jack Nicholas.
Jack Nicholas.
Jack
I'm sorry,
Nicholson is
is
the
an
actor.
actor. I know Jack Nicholas.
The
Okay,
Golden Bear, Jack Nicholas.
all right. So Jack Nicholas came after him, right? So that was his
Hmm.
era. So what's that
Hmm.
like? This what 80s?
That was 60s and
70s, 60s, 70s.
70s.
All right, boom. So out there, his era, who came after him?
So there wasn't a dominant guy, but we're talking about the 80s. So you had Nick Faldo, you
Okay,
had Lee Trevino, guys like that, Tom Kite, um, the Shark, Greg Norman.
Greg Norman. Okay, okay, I remember Greg
Okay.
Norman. Okay, so it
So
was just a bunch of kind of guys, but wasn't nobody's. It
there
wasn't
was no
nobody elite.
one dominant guy. Um, it was, a guy for a year or two, a guy for a year or two, a guy
Okay,
for a year or two.
and then
Kind of
Tiger.
like after Tiger, there
Okay,
hasn't been a dominant guy. There's been a guy for a year or two, a guy for a
okay.
year or two.
If that was going to be my question, I was asking. I was going to say, is it Rory the face? Who's the new face? Who's going to be the new face? Whose era you think is going to transition to say, okay, this guy is going to be dominant in his era, or do you think that the golf and the competition has just got that much better, where it's really not going to be a guy that's going to kind of distance himself from the pack?
Well, it's been Scheffler the last couple years,
Okay,
and he ultimately came in second in the Masters, but he has already won it. So there's not that kind of pressure on him. And he was coming, man. He was coming. If somehow Rory would have double bogeyed the 18th and they would have gone into overtime, Scheffler would have got him.
hmm,
Scheffler would have got him because that back nine, he was fire. And he is the higher ranking player right now. But Rory's up there. And now Rory's won the Masters 2 years in a row, but it wasn't a dominant win. Even when he's
right,
up a few strokes, you see him on the tee just slice it past the trees. That didn't happen with the top guys like Jack and Tiger. I mean, those are really the two top guys, Jack and Tiger. They got the most majors and they got the most tournament wins. Um, those are the guys. And even Jack has the most second places of all
okay,
time. So, but I gotta say though, Rory puts himself in rare company. He is only one of four guys to win the Masters in back-to-back years. Only
hmm,
one of four. The Golden Bear, Jack Nicklaus, was the first. Then in the 80s, late 80s, was Sir Nick Faldo. By the way,
okay.
do you know why they called him Sir?
Was he knighted by
He
Queen
was knighted by
Elizabeth?
the Queen. That's
Okay,
right. That's right. Very good. And then Tiger did it in the early 2000s.
okay.
I think he did it in 2002, 2003, and now Rory. So he's one of four. So not only that's what I'm saying. A year ago it was, oh, this guy can't do it. And now he's not only done it, but he's in rare air.
Rare air. So he went from
Rare air.
So he went from the pressure of choke master to master.
Yeah. And now
Okay.
he went from 4 major wins. The PGA he won twice. The Open, which was the British Open, he won once, and the US Open he won once. But he needed like that Grand Slam. He needed the Masters. Now he got it twice. What a difference in his resume
Mm,
a year makes.
that's
What
crazy.
a difference. Oh my gosh. Now he's going to go down as a top 10 of all time.
Yeah, for
Top
sure.
10.
That for sure. For
He's
sure.
he's going to be ahead of Phil Mickelson
Man, that's crazy.
because Phil Mickelson never won the US Open.
Oh, and that is that
So
the next
it's
major? Is that the next
that
major one that's coming up?
it's on Father's Day weekend, so I think it is.
Okay. Who you got there? Scheffler?
I mean, I'm always going to start with Scheffler until it
Okay.
looks like he's fallen off. Just like everybody always went with Tiger for 10 years until you
Yeah.
saw him fall off.
Yeah.
So Scheffler's the guy right now. So
Okay.
I'm going to go with I mean, just coming in second. Oh my gosh, when he's good, he's going to stay good.
Gotcha.
Rory was good on Thursday, great on Friday, but
And
then almost threw it
Saturday.
all away on
Yeah,
Saturday
that's a
and
fact.
then started Sunday off bad.
Yeah, that's a fact. He's up at
What
the
what
right time.
worked
Yeah.
good for him was the guy he was paired up with started off bad too.
Mm,
So he didn't have the pressure of a guy right next to him birdieing, 3 of his first 5 holes. That didn't happen. So you pick and choose when you want to look and stare at the leaderboard. But it
yeah.
worked out for Rory. So
Congratulations,
congratulations to
Roy, once
Rory
again.
McIlroy. And we'll see if he gets another one this year. I think he might.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he might.
Yeah.
I think he
Hey
might,
man, I'm
man.
I'm curious to see if he might be the pull the one in the what it's the open now,
Yep.
right? So I'm curious if he could pull the open now.
I don't know where it is. Last year it was in Ireland. So I thought last year he had a shot, real shot. I don't know where it is this year. See, the Masters is the Masters. It's the
Right.
only course that doesn't move. But US Open, the Open, and the PGA, they move every year.
Okay.
Every year. It's like a rotation.
I know that the open course, the ones I did catch, it was rough course. It was a rough course. And I think that was one that it was windy. It was a windy course.
Well, you
So
got to look at where they're at. They're either
yeah,
in England or Ireland.
I think the one I watched was in Ireland. It was I definitely was like, yeah, it was a rough course. It was a rough
Mhm.
course, bro. You know, but I'm curious. I'm on it now. Gil to turn me on golf. I might transition
Dude,
NASCAR eventually, but
dude, Larry, 2 things, bro. 2 things. You take a lesson at like Golf Galaxy. You hit the ball right 2 times in a row, you're hooked. NASCAR. We go to Dover one of these years. I'm not going to say you're going to be hooked,
right.
but I am going to say I bet you catch a race every now and then instead of just flip through. I bet you do.
So live,
Live makes a huge
huge difference.
because the
Okay,
horsepower doesn't translate over TV.
got you.
When they start taking those first pace laps under yellow and they're warming up their tires and they're going back and forth to try and heat up the tires, picture 40 lions just kind of jogging in a circle.
Okay.
40 lions. It's from the chest. Then they go green. The lions start running. 40 lions roaring at the same time.
Oh,
All of them. That's the difference. And because of the banking, it being so warped, it captures the sound.
mhm.
And I remember my father and I next to each other had to use hand signals because we couldn't hear each other talking and
That's
he
how
was right
loud it
next to
is,
me. Yes.
and
A
that's
lot of
what.
people a lot of people are wearing earpieces or headphones. When they
Yeah.
have little kids there, they make them wear headphones.
I
Yeah.
wonder. Yeah, I wonder why. I was like, man, is it that loud?
It's very loud. And if you're sitting kind of low throughout the race, you're going to have little rubber on your skin and on your shirt because that's the tire wear from the racers throughout the race. And it shoots
Crazy.
up like little marbles off their tires and it goes somewhere and it goes on you.
It
I
goes on
remember
you.
I remember in like in the summer getting the rubber on me. I felt like I needed to take a shower while I was sitting watching the race because I was hot. I had the rubber on me, and if you try and wipe it off, it just smears.
Mm,
So you almost need to pack like baby wipes. Yeah, man. Speaking of NASCAR, real quick,
real quick.
Ty Gibbs wins his first Cup race. Gibbs, does that sound familiar to you at all?
Sounds
Maybe,
familiar, man.
sorta.
I know a Joe
Yeah.
Gibbs. I know a Joe Gibbs, football
Well,
guy.
this is Joe Gibbs's grandson.
Wow, man.
It is his first win. I'm very, very happy for Joe Gibbs because Joe Gibbs had two sons that were involved in NASCAR. They weren't drivers, but they were involved in pits and stuff like that. Both of them passed away.
Oh,
So
okay.
to keep on the legacy of the Gibbs name in NASCAR is Ty Gibbs.
That's
And
dope.
he came up, he won Rookie of the Year a couple years ago, but hadn't won a race. And he won this weekend. Yeah, but at Bristol, which is my personal favorite. Never
Okay.
been. It's in Tennessee, but that is my personal favorite. It is the fastest half-mile track because of the banking. The
Gotcha.
banking is so amazing. I love it. I love short tracks. On TV, I like to watch road courses,
Okay.
but like live, the short tracks, the half a mile to a mile, Bristol, Martinsville, Richmond, Dover's a mile. Dover's considered a short track, but it's still twice the size of those other tracks. And the
Okay.
smaller the track, the bigger the grandstands, more
Gotcha.
people.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the
The
smaller
only the
track,
only
the bigger
exception
grandstand.
is the Brickyard, which is where they have the Indianapolis 500.
Okay. I'm
So
learning
that's the
something every day,
only
man.
that's the only big track because they can have stands on the infield. So it's not just
Oh, okay. Okay, I
surrounding. They
got you.
have it
So it's
in the
inside the
middle
middle
in
too.
the infield as well.
Okay, in the middle, we're like with the
Yeah.
trailers, with all the RVs and stuff there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, correct. So yeah, man. I'm all about racing. I
Sounds good.
love racing. I love horse racing, car racing, truck racing, the dirt bike racing. I'm all about it.
Man, look, I'm learning,
I
man. I'm
love it.
learning, man.
Yeah, man, it's fun. It's fun to be fast. It's fun. Look at Usain Bolt. He loved racing too.
He definitely did.
He loved racing too. Anyway, so congratulations, Ty
Yeah,
Gibbs.
congratulations,
Congratulations,
man.
Rory. It's WrestleMania week.
Man, you already know what it is, man. You already know what it is,
WrestleMania
man.
42
Look,
back in Las
you
Vegas.
already know what it is, man. This is what?
Yeah,
This is the weekend of the weekends, bruh. This is the
that's
weekend of the
right.
weekends, bruh.
Now,
And
it's unfortunate to watch it in the United States. You got to have the unlimited plan on the ESPN app, which I don't
uh,
have.
they
So
messed it up.
I'll have to watch highlights literally 5 minutes after it's over
Yeah, they
on
messed it
on
up, man. They
YouTube.
messed it up, bro. They
It's
messed
all
it up,
it's
bro.
all about the dinero. You know it. I know it. You can make a buck, you don't pass the buck.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
this is a great event, man. Like the intros is major. Man, that's what for me sells it, man. The intros, the drama, just yeah, you catch a highlight, but it ain't the same when you see that when you see that it's just the intros is just crazy, bro. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? But I'm gonna pop a couple matches up here, man. I'm gonna see.
Yeah, let's
Let's
do
see.
it. Let's
Um,
see.
we're gonna see, and I'll let you look at the screen. But you got CM Punk against Roman Reigns, the best in the world against the OTC. So first and foremost, Gil, who you see winning this match? Oh, you threw your hand up.
I'm going to acknowledge my tribal chief. And I'm gonna say that
Okay.
they're gonna have a pretty good storyline, these
Mhm.
two. And maybe the script gets flipped in the summer with SummerSlam. But I'm gonna say at WrestleMania, I'm feeling Roman Reigns to regain
Okay.
his title.
Now, you think they're gonna start pushing him like they did last time, where he'll have all the titles? He's gonna start systematically working to get all the titles again.
No,
He's
well,
gonna go that route?
I
No.
don't, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Okay.
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen, but I feel like there will be a storyline with CM Punk, like there's a storyline with when Roman Reigns had with Cody Rhodes.
Cody
Remember the two
Rhodes.
of them
Okay.
main
Yep.
evented
In Philly.
WrestleMania 2 years in a row.
Yep.
Roman
Yep.
Reigns won the first time, and Cody won in the rematch to finish his story.
Do you think that Paul Heyman's going to have a factor in this match?
No.
No. No
Well, you know what?
interference.
He does seem to weasel his way. Um, if he interferes, Roman's definitely going to win.
Okay.
He's definitely going to win. But I just feel like at least this WrestleMania, I think Paul Heyman's going to be only about Brock Lesnar this
Okay.
WrestleMania.
Okay. Now, since we're talking about Brock Lesnar, why not bring it up? You got
Sure.
Brock Lesnar against Obafemi, huh, man?
Oh man, let me tell
Bro,
you.
now I was,
Obafemi, he was
bro,
on Raw yesterday. That dude
that dude
is over with the fans.
over,
Over. He's got a great entrance.
does he?
The fans were popping. Oh my gosh. And when Paul Heyman was trying to talk, the fans were talking over him to the point where Paul Heyman literally said, I have to admit, all of you are starting to piss me off. He said that.
So do
And
you
then
think,
Obafemi, he came and it was the best I ever heard him on the mic. He really brought it. I'm not saying
man,
he's gonna win. I'm
now
not saying
I'm
he's
going there.
not gonna win.
I'm going there because I'm like, this will be the perfect makeover match. Because remember when the Undertaker streak got broken? Even
Yeah.
though you said they didn't have to go that route and do it that way with Brock
Hmm.
Lesnar, that they didn't have to break him over that way.
Hmm.
Because always that moment in wrestling where the new guy, you break him over, you let the veteran come in, and it's you kind of pass the torch on
Hmm.
to the next guy. Do you think
Yeah.
this will be the pass the torch moment from Brock Lesnar passing on to Femi?
Obafemi. I do think that's gonna happen. And the
Okay.
reason I think it's gonna happen is there's no title on the line.
Okay.
You know, if Brock was trying to become champ or defend the belt, then I'll be like, he works a part-time schedule. He wants to hold on to the belt and only have title matches. This is not a title match. So I think Obafemi wins this match and wins it clean.
Future. The future's
Dude,
here.
I'm telling you, watch this guy when he would. You can go back and watch Raw
Yeah, I'm,
tonight.
I'm gonna go watch Raw. I am. I'm
You
gonna
you
watch
you
Raw
you
since
can
you brought
watch
it up. Yeah.
Raw, and he's in street clothes. His music hits, and he starts doing. That's what he does. And then he gets in the ring, and the camera angle is like from the floor, showing him like up close, but up on an angle. So he looks really big, and he strikes this pose, and he kind of lifts up his foot a little bit, and it makes him just look large. He's big anyway. He's
Okay.
like Brock Lesnar size. But how they angle the camera makes him look even bigger. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you got to see it, man. When a dude is over
Oh,
like
wait.
that,
You know what, Gil? I'm loving what the NXT boys is doing down there, man. I'm loving what the AEW.
NXT
I'm loving what
changed
they're doing.
wrestling.
Yeah,
It
I'm loving what they're
changed it.
doing. Yup. Because you know they got some skill. They got some skill athletes down there, man. For real. Like
You
they
could
have
be a
growth.
champion in NXT for 5 years before they bounce you up, and you're ready when
And
they
you're
do
ready.
that.
Yeah, you're ready. You're ready because everybody in them brought up been ready. They've been ready. Ain't one of them yet that they have brought up that I'm like they ain't ready. Every last one of them, and I think it's a beautiful system. First of all, you got some great veterans down there, man. That's working with these guys, man. The storylines, the mic play, just the whole build
Hmm.
up, and they work with them very well. So they're seasoned already. So by the time they come to it, it's not too big. I think
Hmm.
in the past when you got caught up, it was big. It was super big. You know what I mean? Now I think that's like it's suspected. It's suspected. We've been working these angles. We know what to do. Now we're going to take the business, and then they learn the business. You know what I mean? They learn the business. I think that's the new age athlete in general. We always cry about the new age because we'll say the softness, we'll say how the league has changed, but to their credit, they're more knowledgeable when it comes to their business and their worth and their value. You
Hmm.
know, in the past, in the 80s, in the early, the trendsetters, they weren't hip to the business side of it. So they gave a lot to the business, but the business did not give a lot back to them. So this new age athletes way more intelligent when it comes to their worth. And hey, say what you want, man. If I get injured, I gotta make sure me and my family secure, and I can
Hmm.
respect that part. Okay, but moving forward though, man, we have, you know, you got
Oh
Cody Rhodes,
yeah.
man, the protege going against the legend, Randy the Viper Orton, man. What? Talk to me, Gil. Talk to me, man. Talk to the world. Talk to our fans. Let them know what do you think is the outcome of this, and do you think it's a great match? Do you think it's going to be a great match? And what you just give me everything you give me about this match.
I mean, there's a lot to give. First of all, um, both of these guys are next generation. We watched both of their fathers. Randy Orton's father, Cowboy Bob Orton, in the '80s. I remember him wrestling with the cast on. He had that cast for 9 months. That was real injury he had. He was involved in the very first WrestleMania. And then of course, you got Cody and his father Dusty and his older brother Dustin,
Yeah,
who most people
gold
know
dust,
as Gold Dust, right?
gold dust.
And the other thing that's part of this now is Pat McAfee has turned heel. He
Yeah,
has come
yeah.
back, and now he is in the corner of Randy Orton.
Mm,
So, um, and there's history between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton because a decade ago, when Randy was trying to recruit Cody to be part of his, I don't know, I'm going to say entourage, but he wanted him to be, no, he wanted him to be part of his fraction.
okay.
That's what he wanted. And he was trying to show him how if you're here, you're a legend killer. So you cannot be like, oh, I'm going to show respect to this guy because he's a legend. No, no, no. You don't do that. That's why when Randy and Cody won a tag match, Cody gave the RKO to his father Dustin. I mean, no, his father Dusty in the ring, and Cody was like, "What'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you do?" And Randy just he looked at him with that look like, "I told you, I told you. This is what it takes to go to the next level. You can't be respecting these guys
So it comes back around,
above
Gil.
you achieving what you need to achieve for your legacy.
So
And he
now,
did. He RKO'd him right in the middle of the ring with Cody right there. And Cody's like, it's funny because Cody's got dark hair.
yeah.
And Randy, he doesn't even say anything, he just gives him a look. He's just like, what did we talk about? What did we talk about? Just like that.
It's like
So
that.
now
Now,
he's reminding him and Pat are reminding Cody like you know what you're one of the guys now like main guys, but there's still this baby face thing you got going on makes you weak. Makes you weak.
So now the storyline is Cody kills a legend killer.
Well, he's got to do something like that. So can he go deeper? Can he start taking a shovel to the basement cement floor like John Wick had
Yeah,
to do?
yeah,
Can he go deeper next level? Can he not only beat Randy but put Randy out out of commission?
yeah.
That's next level. Can
Next
he
level.
do that? Because Randy most certainly can do that to him. And Randy is looking to be the 15-time
Man,
world heavyweight champion.
man.
15 is not far from 17.
Boy,
And
they
there's only
hiding.
one guy that's got 17, and he just retired.
Yes, fact. John Cena, brother. So, man, this joint heats up, man. WrestleMania, like always, man. I love it because the storylines become so interesting. Oh man, I get on them about the storylines, but man, they did a good job leading up to this one. So, hey, man, they've been, starting to come together. And I got
And
one more.
one, okay, go ahead.
I got
Go
one
ahead.
last thing I'm gonna go, and I can't forget the ladies, bro. I can't forget the ladies.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we got Stephanie
Liv
Rockford,
Morgan
right?
and Stephanie Vergara.
And Liv Morgan is my favorite female wrestler, man.
Right.
How can she not be?
Man,
Yeah, but
she had a big knot on her forehead
they
last
keep trying to bust
last
her up, man. I don't know what's up with y'all, man. Leave her alone, man. Stop busting her up like that, man. You
that
can't
was
mess her
Va-
beauty like that, bro.
that,
You can't do
that
that.
was Vergara, man. She
Can't do that, man.
pushed her into Perez. They headbutted each other, and then she took her and threw Liv Morgan into one of the TVs, and a TV smashed. I don't know which one put that knot on her head, but that was legit.
Yeah,
That was
she takes her bumps, she takes her bruises for this business,
yeah, she
man.
takes it
She
like
takes her
everybody
bruises, man.
else.
Yeah.
Hey,
Uh
you know what state she's from, by the way?
Jersey.
Jersey.
Jersey. I told you I'm a Liv Morgan fan. I know exactly where she's from.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Knock on her
Mm-hmm.
door. It's me. How you doing? Jersey
How
Joe.
you doing?
How you doing?
There,
But who
there's
you got
there's a
winning this
couple
match?
other there's a couple other matches that I have an interest in.
Okay.
So Finn Balor is challenging Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental title, but he's not going as Finn Balor. He's going as the Demon.
Oh, that's my man, the demon. I love when the demon. I
I
love when the
I think
demon.
I think Finn Balor wins. I think
Oh,
as the
Dirty Dom,
Demon, I think
Dirty
he
Dom,
wins.
Dirty Dom is Dirty Dom, man. He'll find a
He
scheme way.
finds a way to get his hand
By the way,
raised.
man, he's an Eddie Guerrero of not being as skilled as Eddie Guerrero. Never will I put him on the same level Eddie Guerrero, the skill level. But he's Eddie Guerrero of this era, man. He really is, man. He will lie, cheat, and steal to get ahead. And I love Dirty Dom for that because he will find a way to win.
Hola! Viva la raza!
So who else you
Yeah.
got, man? You said you had a couple matches that you had interest in.
Um. Oh. Even though they kind of threw it together quickly as far as a match goes, Seth Rollins is making his return. He's been out for a while, and he's going against Gunther.
Okay.
Gunther.
Who you
That's
got?
pretty
You got the
good.
ring general or you got Seth winning that one?
There's no title on the line, so I'm gonna say Seth.
Okay. That makes sense. You bring him
I'm
back,
gonna, I'm I'm
you
gonna
get the
say
win.
Seth.
And I
And
think
it's not a retirement match.
okay.
You
So
know how Gunther retires, guys.
yeah,
He's retired. He's retired three legends in
he's
the
the retirement
in
joint.
less than a year. Three. Goldberg, Cena, Styles. All three he beat.
He did. Yep.
Who else am I missing? Oh, Rhea Ripley against what's her name?
Jade.
Jade Cargill.
Yeah. So you got that one.
I got Rhea.
Okay. Is it for a
I
title?
got Rhea, and I think it's just a prediction. I have no info, but I think Bianca Belair makes her return. She's been out a year.
Yeah,
She damaged her one of her ring fingers so bad that she was out a year. Dude, her finger was it was this wide at the joint, like that,
dang.
like that. You could see it on YouTube.
What's his name is Montez is what or Montez
Montez Ford
Ford. That
is
could we
her
couldn't remember
husband.
his name last time. It's Montez
Yeah,
Ford.
Montez
Yep,
Ford.
Montez Ford. Yep, couldn't remember his name now. Yeah, that's what she's married to.
He's really good, but he's stuck in that tag team, the
Yeah,
Street
man,
Profits.
they just won't push him
They
forward, bro.
they got to turn him heel, make him dress real nice,
Hmm.
and instead of a solo cup, he should have like Booker T used to walk around, one of those crown cups. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
You know, with the big sunglasses and stuff like that. He would be great as a heel. He's such a good performer.
He
Such
is.
a good
He
performer. Yeah.
is.
I would give him a push, but I don't trust Triple H and his booking. So
And aren't they bringing up my man? Is he fighting his WrestleMania on
who's
Trick
that?
Trick?
I think so. I'm not sure. I think he's involved in a tag team because
Okay, I
I
know
think
him and
him and Dragon Lee. I no, was it Dragon Lee? Or
I
was it
know
what's Penta's brother's name?
I thought it was Dragon Lee, wasn't it?
Is it Dragon Lee? I can't remember, but he did a tag match. So there's like a fatal four-way tag match with the
Okay.
women and the men. So that's a way to get a lot of stars in that match. So yeah, I mean I'll catch some of it. I'll catch highlights Sunday night or whatever.
So
You know,
disappointed.
reportedly though, that night number one is not sold out.
It's not?
It's not. That's why Pat McAfee said on SmackDown that he was telling you how you can buy tickets, still get tickets for the first night and get 20% off.
Man, that's crazy. They ain't saw it the
Yep.
first night.
They
That's
didn't
crazy.
sell out the first night yet.
Oh
So,
man.
nope. And the economy's tough, man. It's
Yeah, I
tough.
mean, we're going to war. So, that
Yeah.
go. Gas
Yeah.
is outrageous. So
It's
thank you,
four
President
dollars a
Trump.
gallon. If you can
Thank
find
you.
it at $4 a gallon, it's cheap.
Thank
It's
you,
gonna go to
President Trump.
$5.
He said
You
we
know,
got the
in
best.
the
He
summer,
said
it'll be $5.
we got the best gas in our country. We got the best gas. We got the best. It's the sweetest. That's what they said. It's the sweetest. That's what he said. I ain't make this up, man. That's what the president said. He said it's the sweetest. It's for the world. It's not for us. It's for the world.
I'm not talking about Trump right now. I don't have
No,
too
we
many
don't go
good
there,
things to
man.
say.
I don't want to talk about that guy
I
because
ain't
we want
got
to talk
too
about some
many
real
good
stuff.
things to say right now. Bob
Yeah,
and I ran and gas prices are going up. Well, what the F?
yeah,
What the F?
yeah, man.
Okay.
So, on a good note, eh, the NBA playoffs are finally upon us.
Yeah, and
They're
boy,
upon
did
us.
it
Get it?
start with a banger.
What? First and foremost, I bring it up for the people to see. And what Gil is referring to, my ladies and gentlemen, is this game in the corner right here with the Miami playing Charlotte. It has advanced. It's over. It's Detroit. Well, they're the ninth and 10th, so that's not there yet. So Charlotte
No,
won.
Miami's eliminated.
Yeah,
They were
Miami's eliminated. So my question is: the culture that Miami culture over for us as we've been knowing it? Do they transition to a new way of playing ball? Because obviously the Pat Riley and you got to be super conditioned type of athlete. That might be we might be transitioning out of that, man. It's
I
time for
think
Miami to kind of go a different direction.
I think Spolstra is a great coach.
I
He's
do
one of
too.
the better coaches, certainly better than Doc Rivers.
Well, he retired. Well, he need to retire because we and
Doc
me and you
Rivers
talked
got let
about
go. He got let
we,
go.
we talked about that when it happened, okay? Because
Yeah.
I feel
Two and a
no
half years
sorry.
ago, we
I,
talked about
I
that.
feel no sorry for Milwaukee because I was just dumb move what y'all did, and now y'all deserved everything that came after that, okay? From y'all going to get Dame Lillard to y'all firing the coach that actually had y'all in second place, and y'all
Mhm.
brought in Doc Rivers for what odd reason I don't know, because you brought in a name that hasn't done anything since he left Boston, which was what, 20, 30 years ago. Like, come on, man, let's be honest. You feel me? And I might be exaggerating to 20, 30 years, but it was with the big three. And I was talking about Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce,
and
and Ray Allen.
and and they missed their window of moving Giannis.
They did. Well,
Because
it
if
just
they would have moved him a couple years ago,
yeah,
they would have gotten nearly double than what the Knicks gave up
but
for Bridges.
that's a fact. So y'all
They would
just
have
do it.
gotten nearly double. They would have gotten like 7 first rounders, 4 second rounders. I mean, they would have really set themselves up, but they held on. They waited. Now Giannis is getting hurt, and now he doesn't really want to be there. So you kind of
Would
are
you?
forced to have to move him, and you're gonna get 75 cents on the dollar for him.
Would you want to be there?
No, I
Exactly.
wouldn't. I wouldn't even want to be drafted there.
I, me either.
All I would want. I can't believe I'm saying this, but if I got drafted by the Packers and if I got drafted by the Brewers or came up in the Brewers system, I'd be okay with that.
I'd be okay with that.
I'd be fine with
Okay.
that. But
Yeah.
I do not want to play for the Bucks.
No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
no. They are an afterthought. People forgot that they won the championship 2 days later. Get out of here.
That part.
Get
They
out
said
of
it was
here.
a Jeff Teague said that was the worst. That was the worst celebration ever, parade for a championship ever. He said,
Mhm.
"Man, we just played PlayStation afterwards, man, with nothing to do. Like, what the heck? You don't won the whole chip and you only played the PlayStation?
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous."
Anyway, let's get to
Anyway,
some of these matchups.
but
I'm
yeah,
excited. I'm excited about being excited. I'm that excited.
yeah, for the game that just finished, man. Shout out to Lamelo, man, won the game for him. He had a layup with 4.4 seconds left, finished with 30 points. It's great to see these teams. I told you we last week was in a paradox, in a whole different dimension now. And bottom feeders are starting to make the transition the right way. Okay. They pulled this out against Miami in overtime. They won by 127 to 126. They advance on to play the winner of the Philly and Magic game.
Mhm.
Philly got the home court advantage. We know Embiid might be out the first round, if because of his surgery, because he had his appendix removed. Who you got in that Philly and Magic game?
Two things. One, I got the Magic.
Ooh, in Philly.
Without Embiid, I got the Magic.
Okay,
And number two, going back to the Hornets, um, I used to have a Hornets starter jacket when I was in high school.
okay,
My mother got me one. After my Chicago Bears jacket got stolen, um, I got a, a starter, like a winter with a hood, and it had the Hornet on the back and on the corner here, and on the sleeves it said starter. Nice jacket. I had that. I had that for a year, and then the next year, you ain't gonna believe this. I got another starter winter jacket, different sport. I got the Dallas Cowboys starter jacket. I got the
okay.
one that Jimmy Johnson wore when they won their second Super Bowl.
I know
I
that
thought it
one.
was so sharp, him walking up and down, and I knew, up and down the sideline,
Mhm.
and I knew in the area where I lived, all the Giants fans, it would really piss them off. So I asked my father, he's like, "You're not even a Dallas fan." I go, "Well, I respect the team that they are because they are the face of the league right now." And I said, "Look at that jacket. That is hot, hot." So, I mean, listen, you're not a Red Sox fan, but I've seen you wear Red Sox hats.
Yeah, I have.
If it goes with your outfit, goes with your outfit, right? I
It goes
mean,
the outfit,
whatever.
man. It's cool, man. I ain't no Red Sox fan. That's my rival, but I'm a Yankees fan. But I like
Yeah.
to have when it goes with my outfit. It's cool.
If it goes, it goes. So
Hey,
anyway,
man.
that was
So
just when I see them bring back the old school Charlotte Hornets, the
yeah,
colors and the uniforms, it just brings me back because I really like that team. When they had Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning and Kendall Gill and Muggsy Bogues and not Del Harris, Del Curry, Steph Curry's father.
yeah,
That was a good team. That was a fun team to root for.
yeah. This was
It- This was
It's
like
great.
91, 92, 93. Those
Yeah,
years.
that was the last time they were relevant.
Yeah.
So it's
I
great.
like the uniform. I like the logo. So it just brings
And
me
I love
back.
the energy of the city when they got a team that actually they
Yeah.
can put out there the product that they can be proud of. So I
I
love where they're transitioning to. Great victory tonight. And you got the Magic beating Philly on in Philly.
I do.
It's
And the
gonna be
thing with the Hornets were they were down 4 with like 15 seconds to go or something like that.
mhm.
Then they were down 1 with
8 point. It was like eight
yeah,
seconds.
it was like 8 something. And all these things had to happen just to go to overtime. And then they
Yeah.
were down 3 when Hero hit the free throws. And then I think White tied it. I think he hit a 3 to send it to overtime. Well, it
Hmm.
was White, right?
Yep.
So and then they were down 1 with 4 seconds to go, and they, like you said, Lamelo getting the
Yeah.
that layup at the end, and they win by 1. Pretty
They won
cool,
1-1.
man.
So I
Pretty.
thought it was a gritty win. So if you got the Magic advancing, so the Magic would be the 7th seed. So you got the Magic playing Boston. So who wins between Philly and Charlotte? Because then
Well,
Philly
no,
got
no,
to play
no.
again.
Doesn't Mag if the Magic win, don't they have to play?
No, if they win, they're the 7th seed. That's between the
So
7th and 8th seed. So whoever wins the game between the Magic and Philly, they'll advance. And the loser has to play. They'll
oh
host the
yeah.
eighth. They'll be the
So
hosting for the eighth.
Sixers get 2
They
shots
get
at
two
it.
shots. Yeah. So Charlotte will have to go to Philly, and it'll be between Philly and Charlotte in that
Ooh.
game. And Charlotte is a problem. They are an athletic team. They have beaten Philly, you know, but Philly has beaten them without Embiid. So I think
I
Mac.
saw before I went to the game with you earlier that year. I
Mhm.
went with my brother-in-law and I saw Philly and New Orleans, and Philly won.
Or Charlotte or just
That was
North.
the yeah. I mean, not New Orleans,
Yeah, Charlotte. Yep.
Charlotte, Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte
Well,
Hornets. Yeah,
I like Charlotte. I love Charlotte. I love what they just did with Miami. It was a tough game. Um, man, I'm gonna say Philly. I'm gonna say Philly. So
I'm
I
gonna
would
say
say Philly is the eighth seed. They'll go play Detroit, and I honestly think Philly will beat the Magic though. So I got Philly beating the Magic,
mm,
and I got the Magic beating Charlotte. So for me, I got the Magic playing Detroit, which would be okay series. I think Detroit's gonna pull it out. And I got Philly beating Boston. They're not beating Boston. So
they
Boston,
never beat
they're not
Boston.
beating Boston. Um, then you got my Knicks against Atlanta. Hard man, man. Atlanta always that team that gave us problems in the past when they had Trey Young.
Hmm.
They gave it problems. They're playing real good ball right now. The guard is a hard place to play. Brunson could take it on the road. Um, I got us winning. It's going to be a great series, but I think we can pull this one out. Atlanta ain't no slouches, but I got New York winning. Um,
I agree.
So that would be a matchup against Boston in that round. And I ain't gonna lie, I got Boston beating us. I think it's a revenge for Boston. You get Tatum the way Brown been playing, and Cat is soft, so I can't. So Boston will beat us. Yes. And between Toronto and Cleveland, that's gonna be a good series, bro. That's gonna go all the way to that last game. But I got
Cleveland.
I got Cleveland. I got Cleveland. So now we got Cleveland against Detroit. That's going to be a good series, a real good series. But I got Detroit advancing. I got Detroit. So once again, I got Detroit going against Boston. You heard what my bold prediction was: Detroit going all the way. You hear me?
Mm.
Um, man,
I do not agree with
I
that.
know you going with Boston, but I'm gonna stick with my guns, and I'm gonna say that I think Detroit will not advance, and I'll go on with you with Boston. I think Boston, man, they got a culture up there that's serious, man. They got a. I don't care who you plug into that system, man. They just got a system that works. Okay, and now you're starting to get Tatum back in rhythm. Boston is just a crazy place to play. But you know what? I'm lying. I'm stick with Detroit.
Oh, come on, flippity floppity.
No, I'm sticking
Can
with
you
Detroit,
make up
bro.
your
Because
mind? Who's it gonna be?
one thing about, and I know the difference because K don't have that backup. I think him being out and certain players have stepped up in his absence, and they didn't lose. They kept winning. So I think you needed that because it shows you that we could win as a team. They play very good defense. And I think in the playoffs, you're gonna need that defense of presence in order to get over Boston. And if they can still win in Boston, then yeah, I could think they could pull it out. So I still got Detroit advancing.
I don't.
Uh,
Because
Gil said
in a
Boston.
close game and they go to double team Cade, who's that second player that's gonna be able to win the game
I think
for
it'll
them
be a
at the
Duncan
end?
Robinson step up. I think he'll have certain
No,
players step up.
no,
Hit big shot.
no,
Watch what I tell you,
no.
Gil. Watch what I tell you. You're gonna be
Duncan
like, how?
Robinson.
And I'm gonna be like, I told you, man, they play defense. And I think that by them having the number one guy, I think that confidence, because if it get close, I could see Cade pitting on his back and he could take him to the next level. Yeah. I'm telling we didn't see it happen
I,
when Anthony Edwards done it. So
well,
we can see it happen. We didn't see it
I,
happen now. Okay. Speaking of,
two different kind of players. I mean I don't see it. I don't see it. I think Boston in 6.
okay, so Gil has Boston, which is they open up as a plus 15, 115 favorite to go to the chip. So the betting odds are with you. For me, it's a longer shot, but I'm still gonna stick my guns with Detroit. Okay.
All right.
Now let's go to the West Coast real quick.
Best in the West.
Best in the
Let's
West.
go.
Right now we got Phoenix. They were down by 14. Now they're only down by 3 going into the half. It's 65-62. They're playing Portland right now. I got Phoenix pulling this out.
I got Phoenix too. I had Phoenix before I even knew about the score.
Yeah. And they were down by 13 and only down by 3. So that means they got momentum. I like Phoenix. So Phoenix will be playing San Antonio. Okay. And you got 2 veteran teams playing each other. Okay. Built kind of the same, kind of. You got Golden State against the Clippers. You got Steph, he's aging. You got Kawhi, he's always a problem. I got the Clippers pulling out though.
So do I. I got the Clippers too.
So that means the Clippers would be have to play. The Clippers will be the Vance, so they have to play the winner of. They have to play the loser of that game, so they play Portland. I got Clippers beating Portland.
I do as well.
So we have the Clippers playing OKC. They ain't beating them. OKC. No. Okay. No. Now, this is going to be a very interesting matchup right here, Gil. The Lakers and the Rockets, man.
Rockets. I don't think the Lakers got a chance. I think the Rockets could sweep them.
Sweep them?
I think they could. They probably won't, but I think they could. Yeah, because LeBron's going to have to go head-to-head against Kevin.
I know. But Kevin Durant doesn't have – his role players got to step up. They really do, because he's been carrying his team, man, all year. Mm-hmm. And for that team, I thought that he was going to come and just complement the team better. You feel me? I thought they had a young core that could go. And they have not stepped up like they should have, man. It's way too much reliance on Kevin Durant, which he is a PT player. But still, I think that the young boys need to step up and make it an easier workload for KD. I'm expecting KD to be that guy, which they didn't have last year, to get him over in the fourth quarter. When you need that one guy to get you the clutch, it's supposed to be Jalen Green, but Jalen Green faltered at times. Okay? So we only brought Kevin Durant in because if that game get tight, I need to go to a star player I know can get it done. Not him carrying me the whole game. Come on, man. Young boys, y'all got to step up, man, because LeBron, unfortunately, is in a bad situation because he don't have Luke and you don't have Austin Reeves there. You know what I mean? You give me them 2 dudes, they're beating Houston. I don't care what you tell me. They're beating Houston. Okay? So
yeah, but they don't have them. And I think not. and I think the Rockets are going to get Giannis next year.
I do too. I think they're going to land Giannis. That's going to be a crazy combo. So I got Houston advancing too, bro. Unless Brownie decides he wants to have a big game. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I had to throw that one out there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're
Anyway,
messed up. You're messed up.
it's perfect time, right? Then you got Denver Nuggets against, man, this is gonna be a heck of a match.
That's a good one.
That's gonna be a good one, bro.
That is good.
Oh, it's gonna be probably one of the better ones of the whole series because this is gonna
I'm
be
gonna go.
hard
I'm
for
gonna
the
go
Joker.
with Denver.
I'm
I'm
going with
gonna go
Denver
with Denver.
too. I'm going with Denver too. I think Joker. I think they got the right pieces. I think they made the right pieces at the trade deadline to kind of build around Joker, a new faces. I think they just got a team that could go. And is the face, or so they're trying to make him a face, but I don't think this year is the one. I think that the Denver will get him out here this early this year. And then you got San Antonio against Phoenix. San
Phoenix,
Antonio. You what? Pause. Bring that back. What you just tell me?
San
You got
Antonio.
Phoenix beating San Antonio?
No,
I was
no,
about to say, I thought you said Phoenix
no,
beating San Antonio. I said,
no,
what? That's a bold one.
no. I'm answering like San Antonio, and who are they gonna play? They're gonna
Oh,
play
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah, San
Yeah,
Antonio advances.
San Antonio. I think they advance
Now the
easy.
next round is gonna be interesting. Denver against San Antonio.
You ready for this? You ready for this? Pew, 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 pew. Everybody is in love with San Antonio
They
right now,
are.
including myself.
Yeah.
Including myself. I think in the next round, if they play Denver,
Yeah.
Denver wins.
Man, you know what's
That's
crazy, man?
my hot take. I think Denver wins because
These young
Denver
boys,
has the experience
they
and won
do.
the championship a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And for as great as Wemby is, I saw the Joker hit a game winner right up in his grill.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be an interesting series. It's gonna have to be some big time players.
That means San Antonio is only going to win a round. They're going to be the 2 seed, and everyone's like, "Oh, they're destined to play OKC, right?"
Yeah.
And they're
Now I
going to get
think
eliminated
you know what is
in the
crazy. I
second
agree with
round. Experience, good players. Denver's going to try and make another run, and San Antonio, this is all new for them right now.
I have my bold prediction, so I'm sticking with it. I got San Antonio advancing. Hard fought series. It's gonna test every caliber of them, but I got them advancing.
No,
I got them
Denver,
advancing. I
Denver.
got I got San Antonio. So Bill got Denver. Obviously, you got OKC beating the Rockets. I just think it's too much. They got way too many bodies they're gonna throw, and them young boys could ball. So yeah, I got OKC. Kev, so I have a lot to deal with, and they play defense, so that part too. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's gonna be too much. All right, so we'll go with both scenarios. I got OKC playing San Antonio. You got SGA, best in the league. His team, they can win on the road. It's gonna be good. I had San Antonio, but realistically, I got OKC going back to that chip, man. And you got Denver going against OKC. Who you got advancing?
Denver and OKC.
Yes, sir.
OKC.
All right, so you got OKC and Boston for the chipper.
Sure
And I got
do.
OKC and Denver, Detroit, which would be a rare case the two number one seeds make it. So it's looking more on your end than mine because I doubt very seriously that two number ones is going to make it. Man, it's going to be interesting playoffs, y'all. Woo! Woo! I get the jizzle bizzles. Woo!
For
Woo!
show.
Woo! So moving on with Gilly and Larry. What's good with us? Bro, that next one, and I said the end cap one is, man, you already know what it is for me, pimping. It's the NHL playoffs. I've been buzzing about this all year. It's finally
Mhm.
setting stizones. And I just want to bring up this for you. I got to bring up the playoff pictures so that we can see exactly what I'm talking about over here. Give me 1 second, y'all. Bring around Ralph so y'all can see what I'm talking about, Mike.
Yeah, man.
Now it's finally set in stone. We're finally here, and it came down to the last couple of days. It's crazy, and we still got a couple seeders like towards like I know Boston, they could be possibly playing. If it ain't going to be Carolina, they'll be playing Buffalo. I think it's going to be set in stone what it is now. All right. So if I'm going off of this the, demograph right here, this graph right here,
Hmm.
I'll start with the top dog, which is the Avalanche and the Kings. Kings just barely got in. They're playing the big dog. As you know, though, this is hockey. So the AC can't beat the one. That ain't going to be the one, no. Avalanche is definitely going to advance. I'll tell you that right now. They that good. Okay. Denver, Dallas, and Minnesota gonna be a good series, bro. A real good series. Like I told you, my dark horse for Dallas, so I'm sticking with the Stars on that one.
Hmm.
It's gonna be a
I
good
agree.
series though. So I got the Stars winning that one. Vegas and Utah gonna be very interesting. Utah, new, fresh. They got, I think, their second year here in the league. It kind of reminded me how Vegas was. Vegas came in as a
Vegas
new
came in and they
franchise,
almost won the
and
cup.
they sure did. Um, that's gonna be a real good one. But I got Vegas advancing. I got
So do
Vegas
I.
advancing.
The Golden Knights.
And Anaheim, man, the Ducks, they had a terrible this last couple weeks been like bad for them. They come in hurt bad. You feel me? Far as just their
Mhm.
mojo got shooken up in the last couple 7, 8 games. And Edmonton is hot. And they're a dangerous team because this is what they normally do. If they get in the postseason, it's a whole different animal. So they got McDavid, man. Come on, man. So I'm going Edmonton. I'm going Edmonton.
I am also going Edmonton, and if you look on the other side, on the East,
Yeah,
there's one team that's not missing. I mean, there's one team that's missing that we're used to being there.
yeah.
Can you notice what team it is?
Florida,
It is Florida.
the Panthers.
We will have a
Yeah,
new Stanley
we'll
Cup
have another
champion,
champion this
and
year.
Edmonton does not have to worry about going through
Nope.
Florida this year to win it.
And the way I'm
It's
looking at it,
all
bro,
there in front of them now.
and the way I'm looking, I think they could beat the Golden Knights. So I got Edmonton beating the Golden Knights.
So do I.
And I told you I think Dallas will beat Colorado. I got Dallas
Well,
playing
if
Edmonton.
that
It will be
happens,
a rematch. It'll be
then
what,
then the
three?
Oilers
Yeah.
really got a shot
I'm trying to tell you,
because
bro.
I don't think they beat the Avalanche. I'm talking about the Oilers. So if Dallas can knock them off,
Yeah.
then I think the Oilers can go
Could
to
go
the
away
Cup
and win
final without an S
final and win.
again.
Now on the East Coast, we got Buffalo and Ottawa. That's gonna be a very good series, bro. Um, Buffalo been
Here
playing
we
real good
go,
hockey.
Buffalo.
Yeah, yeah. Buffalo been it's a new year, but Ottawa is dangerous. They're dangerous. But I got Buffalo going. I got Buffalo
Buffalo.
winning that one. Tampa
Buffalo.
and Montreal gonna be a real good series, bro. Real good series. But the Habs and the Lightning. But what team for Florida ain't gonna go far? Give me the Lightning. Give me the Lightning. Carolina, Boston, great. It's gonna be a great series. Once again, great series. But I just think Carolina has just a little bit more, and they're defensively
Ooh,
sound.
really?
I do. They're defensively sound, bro. I got Carolina going.
I was leaning towards Boston. I could be talked out of it, but I was
Yeah, I got Carolina.
leaning. Okay.
I think they're defensively sound. Definitely. But Boston ain't a bad pick, you know. But I think my Carolina could get them, and Pittsburgh owns Philly, so Philly made it.
But Philly, they
It's hot.
ratchet it up when it's that interstate rivalry,
Yeah,
for the Keystone State. Philly hates Pittsburgh.
I know
They hate everybody, but
they
they
do, but
really
really
hate
hate
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Who you got?
I mean, Philly's hot right
They
now.
are.
Is Crosby healthy?
I mean, he's gonna play.
If Crosby's healthy, I like Pittsburgh. But all of a sudden, he can have an injury that they won't talk
That part.
about. So it really depends on Crosby. Crosby plays, Pittsburgh wins. If he's out, Philly wins in a uh,
Good series.
very good series.
All right.
Very good.
Let's just say Philly goes, okay? Because like you said, Sydney could be out. All right. So that means Carolina will play Philly. It's gonna be a good series. Two hot teams.
If
Man,
that happens, I'm going with Carolina.
I'm going Carolina too. And then Tampa against Buffalo. I told
Here
you.
we go, Buffalo. I'm going with the Sabres.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm going to Lightning Pimp.
All right.
Florida team. Florida team. It's been a Florida team in the finals for the last couple of years now.
Mm,
Yup. So I'm going Lightning and
couple
like,
years,
yeah,
dude. It's been like
exactly.
uh,
I don't think tradition. You know
I
what?
think
We're
it's
in a
been
par.
five.
What up,
I think it's
Gil?
been 5 years in a row.
We're in the paradox now. So we're in the paradox. Is something's going to flip here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got Carolina going against, for me, going against the Lightning. This is where the paradox flips. I got Carolina Hurricanes going to the chip.
Ew.
That's ugly, right? That's
Ew.
ugly.
I don't
Against
like. I
That's
I don't
ugly.
like.
Yeah, that's ugly.
I don't
Against
like.
Edmonton, the Oilers, ain't that the paradox for you, brother? Welcome to the paradox.
I'm gonna go with.
Buffalo
I'm gonna go. Here we go, Buffalo. Here we go
against
against the Edmonton Oilers
woo. And that's
and
another
Connor
woo.
McDavid. Third time is the charm.
Man, that's the paradox for real, Jack. And it's crazy because if that is the case, it takes it back to hold up. This will be the paradox for real. I'm gonna break it down to you, okay? Wayne Gretzky is considered what? One of the greatest players ever doing hockey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who did they not say Connor McDavid will be the heir apparent one day to be one of the greatest to ever do it?
Mm.
Is it ironic or are we just in another paradox that Edmonton Oilers wins again with one of the greatest hockey players to possibly do it, and it's by the Oilers, and it's how many years later? 24?
Many,
Come on, bro.
many,
If that ain't the paradox for you in a nutshell
many.
right there. Right there.
Because Gretzky hasn't played for the Oilers since the early 90s.
That part. And we're in 2026, so you're looking at what, 30 plus years?
It's been over 30 years.
Wow. Paradox. There you go. Paradox.
It's been
Edmonton
over
Oilers
30.
won the whole thing.
I
You heard
agree.
it first.
I think I'm gonna right now. But it all depends on the second round. Dallas taking out the
Yeah.
Avalanche.
Yeah.
If you don't knock them out, I think the Avalanche win the whole
Won the
thing.
whole thing.
I think they could smoke Buffalo if
Ooh.
they get there.
Yeah, if they get there, it's gonna be ugly.
But if it's Edmonton, man, that could be another 7 gamer.
Yeah.
And McDavid would have to win in Buffalo.
In Buffalo. Ooh, I can't wait.
I think he could do it. I can't wait either, man.
Ooh,
It's that time. It's that time.
the
Man, I'll
time,
tell
bro.
you, April's
Is that in our
where it's
last
at
show?
sports wise.
At our
It's
last show, man. Man, April was just whew.
April
Man, it's
is
heating up, boy.
where it's at. Anything else you want to mention before we sign off?
Oh man, no, man. I'm just looking forward, man, to the playoffs, man. With look, the NBA already set it off for us, man, with a great game, first round, man. So this is anticipation. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a great, great, great playoffs on both ends for the hockey and basketball. Boy, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait, boy. And WrestleMania, I'm mad that it's gonna be ESPN, so I gotta find a way around it. I gotta find a way around. I gotta see it, man.
Mm,
I gotta see it, man. I gotta
yeah,
see it.
man.
Sorry, Gil. I gotta see it, brother.
Yeah, man. And just to let everybody know that our next show next week will be totally a mock draft, first round mock draft. Our show will only be the NFL mock draft. We have
Tune in.
decided, since it's pretty lame that Fernando Mendoza is expected to be the number one pick after all these months, we're not really going to start the draft there. I mean, we're going to announce it, and I'll announce it.
Yeah.
But I think what's best for business is I take the odds and my main man Larry takes the evens. The draft will start for real at pick number 2. We all think it's going to be a defensive player, but which defensive player? Aha! And Larry would have the ability to make the Dallas Cowboys picks at 12 and 20. and I would be able to make the Bears pick at 25. And my only request is if you choose to make a trade, you can only move up or down 2 or 3 spots
Mm-hmm.
because I believe nobody is going to be willing to give up their first rounder next year and probably not their second. So you would
No,
have to get it done from your equity this year.
yeah,
So
because next
look
year's
for
draft.
teams that got more than one second rounder, third rounder this year. They're the ones that can move up a couple spots, kind of like the Bears do. I'm not saying, just saying. They got 2 picks in the second round. So, with my main man, Larry Loper, I'm Gilly Rosari. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast on the Box Office Buzz 302 YouTube channel. Catch us next Tuesday at right around 10 p.m. I'm going to do my best, y'all. I'm going to do my best. And be sure to check out WrestleMania if you can this weekend, 2 night event. And we'll talk about it not next week, the week after, because we're all about the mock
All
draft
about the
next
mock
week.
draft.
All about the mock draft. So for Larry Loper, I'm Gilly Rosari, wishing everybody watch the games, stay healthy, and we'll catch you next week. Deuces, y'all.
Y'all, partner.